So on Monday we had our first band practice after I rearranged the studio, and it was just two of us, not the full band.
It's more open. Like when I walked in, it felt like there was more space. And I don't know how that's possible because...
I think it's because everything's more along the walls.
True. Yeah, like this part of the room seems more neat, so then it's bigger. Whereas before there was like a chair. Oh, there was that table. A better table. A stable table. Wait,
Indeed.
What happened to the table? Although, the first time we started playing, all of the sounds sound different. This is either wider or more close together, like the drums. But again, you just get used to things.
I can already tell that it helped bring down the volume overall, and I also think I can probably get away with turning the guitar amps down a little bit more. So that's pretty good. The main goal for this week is, again, just practicing my solo set, especially vocals. Just trying to get everything more consistent, but practicing the same thing over and over again can be a bit boring, so I would like to also spend some time on this project guitar that I was working on last year. But yeah, practice comes first. So if I can finally wire in these pickups correctly, I could actually hear what this sounds like. So let's try and do that, I guess. Alright, I'm very confused. This pickup seems to work, but this doesn't. And if I turn them both on, there's also no sound. Maybe this is shorting to ground? Or the switch is bad or something? It's probably just my mistake somewhere. So I really want to get that guitar working, but I think it's important to stick to the plan and work on my vocals first, because I feel like I'm actually making some progress, so I don't want to lose momentum, and yeah, I guess practice comes first. So I pulled up this diagram on the Seymour Duncan website, and I'm trying to figure out which color code matches my pickups that I know nothing about. So for the neck pickup to work, I either need to use the black and white again, or if I want the polarities flipped so that they're hum cancelling when used together, I think I need the red and green. I mean, it works, but the output is really, really low. So I'll try to prop up this bridge pickup as high as it will go. So the guitar finally works. I did a little testing, but so far it doesn't sound very promising, really. The pickups are kind of, first of all, they're quiet. They're also kind of strangely quacky, especially the middle position, because that's like clearly out of phase, but whatever, that's on me. But yeah, but just in general they're kind of bland, so I don't know. So now I can finally do my big test where I compare all my guitars that are tuned B standard and see which type of pickups works best in that sort of application. As for the vocals, I think I'm starting to finally feel a bit more comfortable, and there's less off-key moments, maybe, hopefully. I'll still have to listen back to the recording and make sure, but it feels like I'm getting better. And I think what helped is I stopped trying to sing loud. Like, I wasn't trying to be super loud before, but whenever I would feel that like the note has some sort of resonance or something where I could push a little bit and get it a little bit louder, I would almost subconsciously go for it. And as a rule, that's when I would go sharp or just off pitch. So once again, I'll do a quick practice session first, and then we can finally compare the baritone guitars. Right, let's do this. So I think the Jazzmaster was the most fun to play. It sounded alright, but maybe could be a bit more articulate. And also I'm realizing that it has intonation problems. Like, I already had to flip this bridge around and get the saddles all the way back, and it's still not quite intonating properly with this tuning, so that's part of why it doesn't sound as nice maybe. The Strat sounded better, I think, but I just don't like the way it looks. I don't like that you can't play behind the bridge because it's just a different construction. And this guy, as soon as I filmed the test, the neck pickup stopped working. Something is up with the wiring. I opened it up and it looks like everything's fine, but I don't even know. And the middle position is clearly out of phase, but that's on me, I guess. So I'm a bit frustrated with this. I could try and make it playable still, but I don't know. So I guess going forward I'll just keep using the Jazzmaster because it doesn't sound that bad. The intonation problems are probably the biggest issue, but I don't know. I'll think about it. Maybe I can still sort it out somehow. Yeah, the Strat can stay in the studio for recording, because if I had it when we were recording the last album, I would have used it, but it was at home. I guess I'll take the project guitar home instead as a sort of backup for home practice. I guess I can still try to slowly improve it, but I'm also tempted to just scrap it. And so yeah, I guess that's it for this week. And there might not be a video next week because we're going on a trip. So yeah.